We bring in David Robertson now. He's one of the guys running this today along with Ike Davis, and he does a great amount of charity work. David, welcome. How are you?
Good.
David, talking about Harvey last night, you can imagine what a kid's going through, right? First and second, hitting Cano, and now looking at Miguel Cabrera, right? I mean, your juices are flowing. The place is full. You're a power pitcher, as you are. Getting that under control is probably not easy, right?
No, definitely not easy. You can't make mistakes to Miguel Cabrera either because he makes you pay for him. And, he did. Harvey worked his way out of it.
He did. Strikeout, pop-up, strikeout. When you attack Cabrera, I know you do carefully. What do you do to Cabrera? What do you try to do to Cabrera?
You hope you don't make a mistake. That's what you do. You try not to hang him a curveball. You try not to let him get extended. You try not to miss in the middle of the plate. It's a stressful guy to face. You just know if you make one mistake, he just doesn't miss it for some reason. It's just a flick of the bat. He sends it 400 feet.
Now, first of all, you and your wife do an incredible amount of charity work. You've been on the show many times, and we know that. You're part of this again today, the Players Association, all for the folks who have been ravaged by the hurricane and still are digging out, and they are and rebuilding in all the shore areas, and that's where today's money goes to. But first, let's get to the little stuff with you. I mean, you had an all-star first half, and there was quite a campaign to get you to the All-Star game. That was pretty wild, huh?
Yeah, it was. It was
guys in a bullpen. You had guys with their iPads all over, sending in votes. So it got to be a little bit of a story,
It was, and I try to stay I'm a little shy. I try to shy away from the camera a lot. So for me to have to step up and try to get votes and plead my case to people, it was tough for me, but it was a fun experience. Even though we didn't win, we had a good time with it.
Well, there's plenty of All-Stars visits in your future. And watching that last night, we all watched the Mariano thing. You watch it from a very different viewpoint. You have spent years basically learning at his feet and in sharing the same bullpen with him night after night. So from your perspective, tell me what you thought watching Mariano last night.
I thought it was amazing. I thought the way everything was done for him was great. I loved how he took the field by himself and got a standing O from the crowd, from the players from both teams. It was just an amazing thing to see. I mean, it gave me chills when I was watching it at the house. I mean, he's so deserving of everything that he got there. And to get the MVP, too, I mean, his career's been amazing. And he's just such a deserving guy. Mo, he's just such a nice guy. And he's the same guy every day. Tremendous career. You couldn't say more about the guy.
It's amazing. We see great players. The Yankees have had a million great players. This guy is revered, though. People have great respect for every player. There's not a player that doesn't like and respect Rivera, right? He's in an unusual position. He almost is treated a little differently,
He is, and he when you meet Mariano Rivera, you're meeting someone special, someone who's the best at what they do. And he deserves all the respect he gets. He's a great human being.
And he's a nice man. He's a religious man. He's a nice man,
He's so deserving of everything. He literally is like one of the best people I've ever known in my life.
What have you are the heir apparent. You have obviously had a terrific run. You are a classic power reliever. You're going to be a good closer. I don't think anyone questions that. What have you learned from Mariano Rivera? What have you taken watching Mariano Rivera?
Consistency and mound presence. He's just so consistent. I mean, he throws one pitch. I mean, he'll throw that sinker occasionally.
Right.
But when he takes the mound, he's the same guy. You don't see him get flustered or mad if he gives up a hit here and there. Like, he just battles his way out of situations, makes pitch after pitch after pitch. Like, you can see sometimes when guys are getting in the box that they're already out because they know he's going to eat them up, and he knows it too. And he can sense it, and he that's why he's such a good pitcher.
Does he talk to is he very vocal? He goes down to, every night we know what he does, the ritual, fifth inning, go down the bullpen, the whole thing. When he gets down the bullpen with you guys, he's clearly the leader, but is he a quiet leader or is he a vocal leader down there in the bullpen?
He's quiet for the most part. He'll talk sometimes. We can get him into some of our conversations every now and then, but he's pretty quiet. He just kind of pays attention to the game and does his own thing. He's got his routine down pat.
Yeah, and I guess you have to handle games every closer has to learn to handle defeat, handle the games he gets beat, come back the next night, and that's something I guess you have to learn for yourself. But he's probably showed you the way to do that, right? Because nothing seems to bother him. Nothing
does. I mean, I can remember when he had the blown save against the Mets. The next day he was in the clubhouse laughing and joking and carrying on like nothing had happened. And that's the kind of...
That's a closer's life, right?
Exactly. It's a reliever's life. I mean, you can have bad games 2 or 3 in a row, but if you put it together for the next time, you get a good string going. It's just like hitting. You get in a slump, you got to dig your way out of it.
All right, you've grown up around the Yankee teams that have been star-studded. This team's been a very different team. You don't have your stars. You haven't had them for the whole season, so many of them. I mean, CeCe's still there, Mariano, you, guys who are, all-stars are right there. But you've had to bring in a lot of new faces this year. It's been a real struggle for this team offensively.
It has been. It's been tough for us in certain stretches. But what we've done is everybody knew that we get in. We try to make them feel as comfortable as possible. We try to incorporate them into the way we play Yankee baseball, and it's worked out really well. I mean, we've strung together some good games, and we've had some bad stretches there. It's going to happen. It's baseball. These teams are good. They're going to beat us every now and then. But Joe Girardi's done a great job of trying to put everybody in there and mix and match and find situations where guys can succeed out there on the field and give us the best chance to win a ball game. And right now we may be in 4th place, but we're still right there. We got a lot of series coming up against Boston and Tampa. If we take a few series from them, we're right back in it.